God's advice today. Have you ever felt that God is trying to speak to you, yet in the busyness of life, His signs go unnoticed? This message invites you to pause, reflect, and open your heart. Perhaps this is exactly what you needed to hear today. Watch until the end with openness, and if these words touch you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to receive more messages like this. Don't forget to check the pinned comment for a 1-minute prayer and a recommended message to help strengthen your faith even more. God said, "My child, I am speaking to you again, not because you have earned it, but because my love remains firm and does not give up on you. I have watched your days, your silences, your battles that no one else knows about. I know the times when your heart felt heavy and you believed there was no way out, but I was there, even when you could not feel me. I touched your thoughts when the night felt too long and weariness tried to make you give up. I reminded you of small things that kept you moving forward, even when you did not know why. Are you ready for a deep change in your life and in the lives of those you love? Sometimes, all we need is a small step of faith to open the doors of abundance, peace, and blessings that God has already prepared for us. A simple 1-minute prayer can be the beginning of a spiritual journey that transforms the inside and reflects on the outside. If you want to attract more light, balance, and prosperity, both spiritual and material, click the link pinned in the first comment. There you will find a simple practice, guided with love, that can help you connect more deeply with the divine presence in your life. And now I come again, with the gentleness of the one who created you and knows how hard you have tried. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save what was lost. Luke chapter 19 verse 10. I do not come to accuse you, I come to restore you. There is a door before you that is still open, and I am calling you to walk through it before the darkness tries to blind you again. My child, return to me. I am not far. I am not angry. I am here with open arms, waiting for the moment when you choose to stop fighting alone. You were not created to carry everything in silence. Let me take care of what has been weighing down your spirit. For in me there is rest, there is healing, there is a new beginning. I am the one who still waits for you. Comment, I trust in the love of God, He is my refuge. My child, I know the pain you hide behind your smiles. I know the exhaustion that is not of the body, but of the soul. The kind of tiredness that sleep cannot fix because it does not come from the body, it comes from the heart. I saw you when you thought about giving up. I felt the weight that fell upon your shoulders, a weight you were never meant to carry alone. But, my child, I am still here. I did not leave you, I did not replace you, I did not let you fall into emptiness without purpose. While you walked on roads that led nowhere, I walked with you, waiting only for the moment when you would look to me and say, "Father, I need you." I did not come to demand perfection. I came to offer you rest. I came to remind you that you were created to live, not just survive. Your soul was made to breathe love, not fear. Something new is waiting for you, and it begins when you decide to run no more. Comment, I fully accept the transformation. My child, I know the pain you hide behind your smiles, and I know how hard you have tried to keep going even when your soul is tired. That kind of tiredness that cannot be healed by sleep, because it does not lie in your body, but in your heart. I feel it with you. I saw the nights when you considered giving up, when the silence felt too heavy and the world seemed indifferent to what you were carrying. I was there, so close that a single word from you would have been enough for me to fill you with my peace. But I never forced you, because my love does not imprison, it waits. And I waited for you, while you walked paths that only deepened the emptiness, even while trying to show strength to those around you. I did not judge you. I did not abandon you. I held your heart so it would not break completely. My child, I do not want your perfection, I want your return. I did not come to charge you, I came to welcome you. You were created to feel life moving inside you, to breathe deeply without fear, to love and be loved. There is something new waiting for you, and it begins when you decide to stop running from me. I am here. I always have been. I always will be. Comment, I trust in the right time, because waiting is not the end. You have been waiting for signs, answers, clarity. But many times, the answer is the call that is already happening now. You sought direction in places that could only give noise, empty advice, temporary distractions. But I am here, offering not only answers, but meaning. Your life is not a mistake, nor an accident, nor a coincidence. There is a purpose beating within you, something the world has not seen yet because it has not yet been revealed. I am awakening that now. Do not fear the process. Transformation does not happen without movement, without surrender, without trust. I know trusting is hard when your heart has been hurt so many times. But I am not like those who disappointed you. I do not give empty promises. I fulfill. I restore. I rebuild. And everything begins when you decide not to run from what I am showing you now. Comment, I am waiting in God, ready to receive His blessings. Did you know that there is an effective method to attract greater financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-seated beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It had a profound impact on my life, and we would like to invite you to explore this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you would like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment, so you can discover how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We deeply appreciate your trust and support. With everlasting love I have loved you. Therefore with loving kindness I have drawn you. Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 3. My child, the reason I speak to you so deeply is because you are precious to me. You carry a value inside you that the world cannot measure. You were loved before you opened your eyes for the first time. I whispered your name before anyone else could speak it. Nothing that has happened in your life erased that truth. No loss, no failure, no wrong turn, no wound has ever made you less mine. I still see your soul the way I dreamed it at the beginning, radiant, capable, destined for greatness. I will not allow pain to be the final voice in your story. I am bringing healing. I am bringing restoration. I am bringing a beginning so profound that when you look back, you will say, it was God. Only He could have done this. My child, I know there are fears inside you, places that learn to silence themselves so they would not be hurt again. I know there are memories that you avoid touching because you fear they may reopen wounds you've tried to forget. But living with a closed heart is dying while still breathing. I did not create you to be numb. I created you to feel life, to love deeply, to grow, to shine. I want to reignite what your heart dimmed in order to survive. I will teach you to trust again, not as before, but in a new way, firm, wise, rooted in me. Your future will not repeat what harmed you. Your path will not mirror the shadows of your past. I will guide you through steps of maturity, direction, strength, and peace, until you realize you never needed control, only my presence. Give me your fear, your anxiety, your silence, your exhaustion. I know how to transform pain into wisdom, wounds into depth, deserts into gardens. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew chapter 11 verse 28. I am calling you not to imprison you, but to free you. The world promised freedom but gave you invisible chains. It offered pleasure but left you empty. It offered company but left you alone. I want to teach you how to breathe again. I want to restore the light you lost, the one you may have forgotten you ever had. I will rebuild your identity from within, so deeply that no one will be able to take it from you. I do not want you to simply believe in me. I want you to experience my love. I want you to feel my presence in the smallest moments, in the silence, in the breath, in the sunrise. I am closer than your own heartbeat. You do not need to earn my love. You only need to let yourself be loved. I will give you rest. I will give you peace. Comment, I trust in the love of God. He is my refuge. This is the moment of choice, not between religion and religion, but between merely surviving and finally living. Between carrying everything alone and resting in my arms. Between repeating old cycles or stepping into the new things I have prepared for you. I am not asking you to be strong. I am asking you to be honest. You do not need to understand everything now. You only need to say, Father, I am here. And I will do what you cannot do alone. I will heal what you do not know how to heal. I will bring order where there has been chaos. I will show you who you truly are when your foundation is me. You do not need to see the whole path. You only need to take one step toward the light I am opening before you. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and dine with him, and he with me. Revelation chapter 3 verse 20. I am at the door of your heart now, not in haste, not with pressure, but with love. I do not force. I invite. I am offering a new chapter that does not depend on how your story started, but on how it will continue from this moment forward. You have not missed your chance. You are living it right now. This is where mercy meets your willingness. Where love meets your openness. Where your spirit finds rest. I am here. Comment, I trust in the love of God. He is my refuge. My child, listen closely, for this moment is sacred. I speak to you not from distance, but from the very nearness of your breath, from the quiet pulse of your heart that beats because I sustain it. You have wondered where I have been, and why the roads you desired did not open, why some doors shut before you could step through, why certain plans crumbled before they began. You thought perhaps you were unlucky, forgotten, or overlooked. But I want you to understand something deeper than what your eyes can see. I have protected you far more than you know. I saw where some paths would lead, paths that glittered with promise but hid destruction. I blocked them not to deny you happiness, but to preserve the essence of who you are, the child I formed with divine intentionality. Every delay was not rejection but rescue. Every disappointment was not abandonment but sheltering. Love that is real does not always say yes. Love sometimes stands in the doorway and shields you from yourself. And I have done this with unending patience. Yet I have never forced you. I have waited. Because true love does not coerce, it invites. And I am inviting you again now, while the window of grace is open and the flame inside you still flickers. Do you feel the stirring within you? The trembling that is not quite fear and not quite peace? The sensation that something unseen is near, calling you gently by name? That is my spirit moving through the depths of your being. That whisper that rises when you are alone and quiet enough to feel something beyond thought, that is me. You have felt this before. In the nights when tears came without reason and you felt held though no one was near. In the moments when you were about to give up, and suddenly strength appeared from nowhere, urging you to take one more step. In the times your heart softened when it should have hardened, or when hope returned after you swore you had none left. That was me, always me. I have never left your side. Even when you felt numb, distant, or empty, I remained. Now, as you read these words, I am closer than I have ever been. Not beside you, but within you. You ask, why now? Why these words, this moment, this pull? Because this is the crossroads of your life, where hesitation becomes danger, where delay becomes loss. Not loss of my love, for that is eternal, but loss of the time you still have to walk into the life I prepared for you. You have prayed for clear signs. You asked for unmistakable guidance. My child, this is it. You have looked for me in the loud moments, in the dramatic events, expecting my voice to thunder across your sky. But I have chosen instead to speak in the quiet spaces of your soul. And you have noticed. Even if you tried to explain it away. You thought it was coincidence when your plans fell apart at the last moment. You thought it was chance when certain people left your life before their influence could shape your identity. You said it was just life when your steps were redirected, delayed, or rerouted in ways that made no sense to you. But I was there. I have intervened more times than you could count. I have prevented heartbreaks you never saw and battles you never knew were approaching. I have placed peace around you when the world around you expected your collapse. And yet, I did not reveal the full extent of my protection, because I wanted you to recognize me not by spectacle but by familiarity. I wanted you to feel my nearness, not as something foreign or extraordinary, but as something that feels like home. Because I am your home. You were made to dwell in my presence. And when you are away from it too long, your heart begins to ache in ways you cannot explain. That ache is not emptiness. It is your soul remembering where it belongs. You have asked me to speak clearly. I am speaking now. But what I am offering you is not simply comfort, it is calling. You stand at a threshold. One direction leads back into cycles you are already exhausted from, repetition of old wounds, familiar disappointments, empty promises, the same emotional storms dressed in new forms. The other direction leads into healing, restoration, clarity, and deep peace, but it requires surrender. Not surrender of your identity, your dreams, or your heart, but surrender of the weight you were never meant to carry. The world taught you to be strong by never breaking. I teach strength by teaching you to heal. The world told you to depend on yourself alone. I tell you that isolation is not strength, it is suffering disguised as independence. I am not asking you to abandon your life. I am asking you to allow me to breathe life back into the parts of you that have fallen silent. You are not beyond repair. You are not beyond redemption. You are not too late. You are tired, but that is because you've been trying to walk without the one who forms the ground beneath your feet. Stay with me here. Do not pull away. Do not let your mind run to doubt or distraction. The moment you are in right now is not random. This is not just another message that you will forget by tomorrow. This is the invitation that changes everything. If you walk away now, your heart will harden a little more, your spirit will quiet a little deeper, and the world will drown out what I am whispering to you. But if you stay, if you let these words root themselves, not only will your life begin to shift, your very sense of existence will transform. I am offering you more than comfort, I am offering you restoration. Restoration of your joy. Restoration of your identity. Restoration of your purpose. Restoration of the tenderness in your heart that life tried to steal. I do not remind you of your failures to shame you. I remind you of your resilience to show you that you were never fighting alone. I know every wound you carry. I know every moment you felt invisible. I know every night when silence felt louder than anything in the world. And I was there, grieving with you, guarding you, waiting for this moment. So here we stand, you and I. The world around you continues spinning, but right now, eternity is leaning in close. Heaven is quiet, listening for your answer. Not because I need permission to love you, I already do, but because love is only complete when it is received. I am not asking for perfect words or flawless belief. I am asking for honesty. Just say, I am here. Just say, stay with me. Just say, I want to return. And I will take every shattered piece of your heart and shape it into something stronger than what was lost. This is not the end of your story. This is the turning point. The chapter where darkness loosens its grip. The chapter where the light returns not as a flicker but as a flame. The chapter where you finally understand that you were never abandoned, you were being led. My child, take my hand. Let us begin again. You have thought that the strength to rise every day came from you alone, but it was my hand lifting you when your spirit had no strength left to give. When help arrived out of nowhere, when comfort came to you in moments you couldn't explain, that was my presence surrounding you. When your tears fell, and yet somehow hope still flickered like a small light in the dark, that was my love wrapping itself around your wounds. You called it luck. You called it chance. You believed you were surviving on your own. But I was the one holding you when you did not even know you were falling. I have spoken to you in joy and in pain, in blessings and in breaking. When everything fell apart, it was never to destroy you, it was to call you back. I removed certain things because they were hurting you. I closed certain doors because what waited behind them would have led you further into loneliness. I let some people leave because they could not carry the next version of who you are becoming. None of it was cruelty. It was protection. My beloved, I have watched you try to build a world on foundations that could not hold the weight of your soul. I have seen you laugh among many and feel empty the moment you are alone. You have tried to forget me, but the heart cannot forget its origin. Even in your silence, I stood at your door. Even when you were too busy, too tired, or too hardened to speak to me, I remained. I waited through your doubts. I waited through your anger. I waited through the nights when you questioned your worth and the mornings when you put your mask back on. Heaven has held its breath for you. My angels have watched the story of your days, waiting for the moment your heart would turn toward mine. Time has been stretched for your sake. Situations have been delayed. Battles that should have destroyed you were held back by my hand. Blessings that could have come sooner were paused, not because I withheld love, but because I knew your heart was not yet ready to receive without losing itself. But now, the appointed time draws near. The door that has stood open for so long will not stay open forever. Not because my love ends, for my love is eternal, but because your journey cannot continue in this state of wandering. The moment of return approaches. This is not a warning born of fear. This is a call born of love. You have asked me for signs, and I have placed them before you. You have asked me for clarity, and I am giving it now. Do not wait for another message. Do not assume there will always be another chance. Eternity does not begin after death, it begins in the choices you make today. Fear has held you for so long, fear of surrender, fear of losing control, fear that trusting me will cost more than you can bear. But my child, everything you lose by coming to me is something that was already hurting you. The world has offered you relief that fades by morning. I offer you peace that endures. The world has taken from you in exchange for empty promises. I remove only what weighs you down. I am not asking you to be perfect, to perform, or to earn my love. I am asking you to open the door that has always been yours to open. I have placed a stirring inside you, that gentle pull, that ache for more, that quiet voice that keeps whispering, there is another way. That whisper is me. I am not far. I am closer than your own breath. I do not want your performance. I want your heart. You do not need to fix yourself before you come. I do not love the future version of you more than I love the one who is here now. I want the tired you, the unsure you, the hurting you, the hopeful you, the searching you. That is the you I have been calling home. And so now, my beloved, hear me, you are not beyond redemption. You are not too far gone. You have not missed your chance. I am here, the same love that formed you, the same love that carried you, the same love that has never left your side. Lay down your fear. Release what has been crushing your spirit. Let go of the things that have drained your joy. I am ready to rebuild what was broken, restore what was lost, heal what has been wounded, and revive what has grown weary. Come back to me, not because you are forced, but because your soul was made for this love. The door is still open. My arms are still open. Your story is not over. Come home, and let peace return to you. My child, I am here again, once more, whispering to your heart with a voice you already know, even if you have tried to forget it. You have felt a kind of emptiness that no achievement has been able to fill, a tiredness that sleep does not remove, a longing you cannot name. That longing is for me. I have been calling you in the pauses between one thought and another, in the quiet moments between a sigh and a disappointment, in the tears you let fall when no one was watching. I saw when you tried to distract yourself so you wouldn't feel, when you buried yourself in busyness, in responsibilities, in dreams and fears, thinking that if your life was full enough, your heart wouldn't miss eternity anymore. But you know that's not true. The loneliness that hurts does not come from the absence of people, but from the absence of rest for your soul. And I have been the rest waiting outside the door you closed. I do not say this to accuse you, but to remind you of who you are. You are mine. Everything you have been searching for outside of me is only a shadow of what I offer in fullness. I did not walk away, I waited. I did not stop speaking, you stopped listening. But now, in this very moment, I am reaching for you again. You have looked for comfort in voices that promise everything but leave you hollow. You have become used to living surrounded by noise, as if silence were a threat, yet silence is where I dwell. You have let your heart be guided by invisible pressures, to be more, to prove yourself, to earn love you already have. You have believed that love is something you must achieve, something you must work for. But I loved you before you had form, before you took your first breath. I loved you when you were strong, and I loved you when you broke quietly in the dark. I loved you when you made the right choices, and I loved you when you lost yourself. I am not ashamed of your wounds, I know them deeply. I do not turn away from your mistakes, I saw every one and still chose to stay. I am not disgusted by your pain, I draw closer to it. I am nearer now than you realize. And this unrest you feel is not confusion, it is your soul remembering the home it has in me. I saw when you tried to soothe your wounds with motion, work, accomplishments, and fleeting affection. I saw when you convinced yourself that if you just stayed busy enough, you wouldn't need to feel anything. I saw when you told yourself you were fine, even though you knew something was missing. It was not something missing, it was someone. It was the meeting between your heart and my love. I do not want you to live a life where you merely survive instead of truly living. I do not want you to keep trying to be strong alone, carrying weights that were never meant to be carried without me. The world taught you that stopping is losing, that feeling is weakness, that depending on someone is failure. But I tell you this, stopping is where you hear me, feeling is where you find life, and depending on me is where love becomes real. I created you to live in me and I in you. When you run from me, you are running from yourself. That is why nothing satisfies you for long. What you seek is eternal, and nothing temporary will ever fill what was born infinite. I am calling you now with a voice not of condemnation, but of longing. I miss your trust, your surrender, your softness when your heart was open to me without hesitation. But I am not asking you to return to who you once were. I am calling you to who you are meant to become. I am beside you, not behind you accusing, not ahead of you demanding. I am with you. When you cry without knowing why, I am there. When you are surrounded by others but still feel alone, I am there. When you stare at the ceiling in the quiet of the night and your heart aches with no name for the pain, I am there. I have never let go of your hand. You may have pulled away, but I never released you. Today I offer my hand again. Not to control your life, but to heal the places in you that you no longer know how to reach. This call is love, but it is also urgency. Not because my love will fade if you ignore me, but because the more you delay your return, the harder your heart becomes to reach. The world is loud, and you have been running without noticing where you are going. There are moments in life that are thresholds, either you cross them or you remain stuck outside. This is one of those moments. I do not want you to miss this. I do not want you to keep living only to make it through another day. I want you alive, awake, full, at peace. I want you whole. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to come home. Come back to the quiet where you feel me. Come back to the truth where you remember who you are. Come back to the embrace you have always known existed, even when you tried to forget it. So, my child, listen with your heart, not with your fear. I am not coming to scold you, I am coming to heal you. I am not reminding you of your failures, I am reminding you of your worth. I am calling you near. Leave the noise for a moment. Be still. Breathe. Feel me. I am here. I always have been. And no matter how far you think you have gone, one single step toward me is enough to return. It does not matter how long it has been, how much you have run, how many other voices you tried to follow. I am still calling you. Come back to me, my beloved. The time is now. I am here. And I will never stop loving you. With love, God. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.